You fell for it. Welcome back
to the Underqualified Podcast.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
With your best hostess.
So today we thought it was a little bit more of a fun. We pulled out our wigs. We wanted to have fun.
Who are you? I mean, without wig. You look like Katy Perry, California Girls.
I want to be Katy Perry, California Girls.
Okay.
Perfect. And you're... Let's do Kris Jenner with the red hair. Yeah.
But that's why we felt a little bit crazy for today, because today we're gonna talk about parties.
Y pedas.
Pedas, specifically pedas. If you don't know what a peda is a party, basically.
So translating, directly, it's farts. But it's not so literal, guys. So
feminine parts.
Yeah.
Literally.
So flowers. And a whole lot of love. But pedas is basically getting fucked up. Fucked up.
We decided because we...
Hold on.
Oh. Sorry, guys, I'm drunk.
Okay, hold on. Before we even introduce the topic, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. Like, what's been going on with you?
Well, not much. I mean, I'm just working and working and working and then hanging out. That's it. I'm just hanging out at my house. It's like I'm under house arrest, guys, because I'm trying to save money. What have you been doing?
Wait, I think we forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Yoali.
And welcome to the Underqualified Podcast.
We just started talking today.
Yeah, I was like, I think we forgot something. No.
Hey, you guys know us. We're besties. We're pookies. It's okay.
But anyways, you were
I was asking you, how are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Today was like a terrible day. Very stressful day. Pero we're here and we're keeping the vibe. We have the vibe going here.
We got bobbins.
But everything else is good. I'm certified.
She's a certified baddie. Baddie.
No, guys, I finally finished my schoolie, the classes that I was taking. So now I'm certified as a digital science marketer or something like that.
You're graduada.
So go Longhorns.
Woo! Graduada.
Yeah, so that's it.
I'm
under house arrest. No, I'm kidding. I do go out, but not as much as we used to, actually, talking about the topic.
That kind of circles back to what we are. We're retired. We're retired rookies. We are retired, y'all. We're 24. 23.
Oh,
23?
I'm 23, that's right.
Skipping an entire year. We turned 24 this year, so that's why we're talking like that. But
we retired.
We are out of the game.
When we were young. But actually we were like looking into outfits to wear today, like mini skirts, corset, and everything. We were like,
we look like whores with these wigs.
With this wig, like you can pick us up at the street, like
in the next corner over. That's where we'll be.
We looked like we were like, are we buchonas? Like, I cannot say the word. But girl, we don't look like when we were like 19. I'm just kidding. I started going out until I was 21. So my craziness didn't last long. But anyways, Yoali, we are retired.
We are retired full on, sadly. But at the same time, not much. I'm very happy to be retired from drinking like crazy.
I started getting like sleepy. Like at 10:30.
Somos señoras. Señora mode, full on.
And I love that my boyfriend, like me and my boyfriend have like the dynamic sometimes on the weekends to go out. Yeah. But I'm falling asleep like at 11. Or like if we leave like at 12 from the bar, I'm falling asleep in the car.
I'm more of a casual drinker now.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that same reason. Exactly. I'm like, I take 2 shots and I'm like, woo! It's not good. It's like, bro, it's just, you are literally taking a green tea shot right now. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
You're literally taking half sugar.
I wanted to know, since we are retired, what put you in this spot? Why are you retired? What is one story that you can tell me right now,
guys,
that put you in retirement?
I was a hardcore drinker during my time.
Woo.
So I know the things that put me like on bad situations, but this is the worst situation I've been in.
Jesus.
Let me tell you, Yoali, because she doesn't know this story. Or probably, no.
I know, like,
yes,
parts of it.
Because we were already working together.
Yeah.
So, this was back in 2023.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 2023. I went to see Arctic Monkeys, one of my favorite bands, at Austin, Texas.
Sick.
We love Austin.
It's
my favorite city in Texas. But it holds memories. Let me tell you, I went with my best friends, my 2 best friends, my guy best friend, and his best friend.
Okay.
So we were driving to Austin. We went to the concert. It's super cool. And then we had a day after that because the concert was Friday, I believe. And then we had Saturday free. So we're like, let's just go around Austin. Let's just
that's fun. The weekend.
We were in the scooters driving around the city. Super cool during the day. And at night we were like, okay, let's go out, you guys. So we went to this bar. I don't even remember the name of it. But it was a rooftop. And then, no. We went first to the rooftop. Okay. Then we take a couple shots. Let me tell you, first things first, I'm not a heavy drinker anymore. And if I take shots, I usually die. So I can drink a lot, but I'm gonna die. So I don't know what happened that day that I had like super high, ¿cómo se dice?
Tolerance.
My tolerance was up the charts. Like, unbelievable.
Wow.
And I was taking like, not tequila shots, because tequila, funado.
Funado tequila.
I hate tequila.
What by itself?
I hate tequila in anything.
You don't like margaritas?
No. I do like margaritas, but if they don't taste like tequila, I like them.
Well, you haven't tried my margarita.
No, for real, you guys, because I know that tequila puts me like on the floor.
Yeah.
So I don't usually drink it. Actually, I went with my boyfriend to a tequila tasting not long ago, and we were like, actually, some of them were good. Anyways, going back to the story, we were drinking at a rooftop. I was taking shots. I was like taking drinks. Blah blah. Living la vida loca. Then we went to a different bar. That it was like a super cool bar. That it's like a whole building that has like different team bars.
What?
I've
always wanted to find those. I never can.
There was like the top. It was like hip hop. There was a side that it was like ¿cómo se llama? Reggaeton.
Oh, that's
There
cool.
was a part like the reggaeton part was like a grocery store, and then and then it was like more like house music, and it was like kind of like the beach. It was
what? That's cool.
Austin, what the fuck? You have the best bars ever.
El Paso could never.
El Paso could never.
Never.
That's one of the best bars I've ever been.
Wow.
So, let me tell you, I took a shot and a drink on every bar. Oh, actually, I don't know if you have seen Tres Metros Sobre Cielo.
Sí.
There was a bar that kind of looked like that.
No way. La gente.
Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Anyways, so we were going with a friend that his mom was kind of like very strict. So he was like, guys, we need to go back to the Airbnb. My mom, she's gonna call me in a while, and she doesn't know that we went out. I was like, mijo, you're older than me.
Yeah, pero hasta con más ganas. Everyone's like, wow, my mom is never gonna find out.
So we went back to the Airbnb, and then we went inside the Airbnb, and we were like, okay, we want to continue the party. Big mistake. We want to continue the party. What should we do? And we were like, oh, we have a few beers over there. So I was like, okay, let's take a turbochela.
Fuck is a turbochela, bro?
If you guys don't know what a turbochela is, it's basically taking a beer and instead of just like chugging.
Don't do the motion.
Instead of doing chugging the beer, you do it like this. My friend was like, okay guys, you need to go like somewhere or something because my mom is gonna call me right now and we cannot do this matter where she's calling. And we were like, fuck, okay, let's go outside. Outside was the worst decision we could ever make.
Oh no.
We were like, okay guys, we went out the Airbnb because it was like some apartments.
Okay.
There was some scooters.
Oh,
the
God.
first thing that the scooters tells you when you like click on it or whatever, it's not to drink and drive. The first thing, just a reminder. So we're like, okay, let's just like do the road. We were like going crazy. There was like a Cane's 2 blocks away from the Airbnb.
Okay.
So we're like, okay guys, let's just wait for a friend and then we can go to Cane's. So we're like just like doing crazy stuff. Some of my friends were doing like donitas and just being dumb.
Okay.
So then I just drove. And I was like, oh, why don't I hear like nobody on my back? Like I thought they were following me. So then I was like, okay, whatever. So then I like kept going and there was like a bunch of guys. And I was like, hola. I had the scooter like this and I was like, hola. And then I was like still driving. That wasn't the worst part. Everyone thinks that was the worst part. That's you
kept going.
I kept going. I was like, fuck, nobody's following me. So I turned around. No, I didn't even stop. I turned around, but at the moment that I turned around, the scooter went like with me. So this is like the handle. So I was like, shoop, straight. My face went straight to the concrete. To the fucking concrete. I ate concrete. I ate and not the best way. So I couldn't put my hands first because I was holding the thing, and everything happened so fast that I couldn't like be pilas at the moment. So the first thing that went straight to the concrete was my head. And then my friend was like all the way in the back. She told me that she just heard like glass. O sea, my face slamming into the concrete. And then they just like, shoom, they went right away. And because everything happened so fast, like the adrenaline gladly made me feel nothing. So I didn't feel any pain.
That's
any
plus,
pain.
I guess, yeah.
So when I stood, I stand up at the moment, and I was like, and then my friend was like, don't touch your face. I was like, why? And then I do like this, and I was fucking bleeding. So all of this was bleeding. I think my stomach had some bruises. No, the thing I was most concerned about is because I wore braces for 7 years, and I was like, I fucking broke my tooth.
Oh, fuck.
I still have like a chip on my tooth.
Yeah.
But it never broke. A doctor told me that I could have break one of my arms, my legs, my everything, but nothing happened. So I don't know who's taking care of me above, but thank you.
You got angels, baby.
So then after that, they just had to take me up with the Airbnb. They were just like with the first day kid. The next day, I was like hired like a week before that. So I went to work like looking like that, all bruises, like my broken tooth, everything. So then I came back home and my parents were like, I came back home like later at night. My parents were like, hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo te fue? They turned on the light and I was like all bruised, all bleeding. I was like,
it's like in a scary movie.
Hola. So yeah, and they asked me like, did you drink? And I was like, no. Es que I wanted to explain everyone that wasn't the reason that made me fail, pero I was drinking.
Yeah, your reflexes were like kaput.
If I download the app, I'm not gonna say the name of the app. If I download the app, I still have that trip. It was like 8 minutes. And the route is like this. And it stops there. Right before the gates. Yeah, that was one of my worst stories. But that's the story that basically made me want to
reflect.
Made me to reflect my life. Exactly. But enough about me. What about you? What made you went to retirement?
Oh my god. Y'all.
I love this question.
Y'all. Okay, so this was... Okay, it's kind of like, for me, the idea of drinking, it's kind of like, it piles up, right? So like, this was kind of part of the cherry on top, but not really. Obviously, afterwards, I kept kind of, dabbling, but it wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm. You were more careful.
I am more careful now.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep in mind, I was it was in 2021, around there. I was already like 20 years old, 19. Okay. Keep in mind.
Not saying it.
No. Keep in mind, I was in Europe. Okay. I went to a Europe trip with my friends because it was paused because of COVID and all that stuff. So instead of doing an educational tour, we went on a spring break type of vacation. 2 weeks in Europe, and we're like, whoa, we're gonna go crazy. No, it was so fun. It was like, it was honestly kind of ratchet, but it was but it was so much fun. Anyway, so then we were in Nice, and pretty much it was the three of us, and I remember it was like our last, like the day before our last night.
Okay.
And from there, like we were like, okay, we're gonna get dolled up, we're gonna go out. It was a weekend day, so we were like, this is gonna go crazy, right? And over there, my boyfriend, he's from Portugal, he told me that usually Europeans, they start the party at 12 and they go until like 5 a.m.
How can you do it, guys?
I don't know how. Y'all have another type of fucking stamina or some shit. But I told the girls, I was like, let's wait until it's like 12, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So then we went out. We got all dolled up. Like, we were going in heels. We were going in a dress. We were like, we get to the bars. We were wearing like jeans and fucking the most casual. Yeah, like the most casual thing ever. And in Nice, people are pretty fucking ratchet too. So it was just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess. And there was like, I remember there was like a mix of all different types of people. There was people from,
meaning,
like Switzerland. There was people from Berlin. There was people from everywhere. Like, no face looked the same.
Okay.
So we were just kind of like, okay, fuck, like, what do we do? We were overwhelmed. So then we ended up in this bar, and it was like a little Mexican bar. And it was so nice.
Of course, when you go to Europe, you're looking for the Mexicans.
You search for Mexico. Exactly. So then we went, and we were like, oh, like, this is kind of nice, blah, blah, blah. We got a drink, I think, and that was partly really blurry because it wasn't what traumatized me.
Were you drunk at this point, or you starting the night?
We were barely starting our night.
Okay.
We were just like, you know what? Like, I remember like people from like that came on the trip with us. Like, they were already coming back home, like trashed. Like, they were calling out, and we were barely going out. Okay. So it was just kind of like, you know what? Like, it was like, I think like around 12:30, 1 a.m. And we were like, hey, like, you know what, let's go change. Because we were like, no, like, we feel like we're really overdressed. Like, we're wearing heels. These people are, like, literally, like, wearing the most casual thing ever. Okay. So we went back to the hotel, and then we went out to a bar that ended up looking kind of like the same type of vibe, like Tres Metros Sobre Cielo, in the sense that it was kind of, like, really dark, and the music was bumping, and we ended up skipping the line, and it was because we were just girls, so they were like, oh, like, come on,
Mexicana,
yeah, like, woo. So then we were just like, oh my god, yeah. So then we got drinking in that bar. So then we were just like going, taking shots. We were getting drinks, and I remember like I even have a video of me, like, we were in the restroom, and it's like all freaking blurry, like we were messed up already, like ready to like go home, but I was like, no, we're in Europe, like, let's go.
Oh, girl, shut up.
Girl, shut up and go home. That should have been the call. but no, like didn't go home. So then from there it was probably about to hit like 3 a.m. around those hours. And we started to notice that people were already kind of leaving. And we were just like, what's going on? Like, what happened to the fucking party, right? I thought y'all were going till like 5 a.m. I want to go until 5 a.m. So then we ended up at this pub. And somewhere, somehow, keep this in mind, I was already fucked up. We met these two guys.
Okay, from where?
One guy, I don't remember where the fuck he was from.
Okay.
The second guy was from Russia.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, a Russian guy. And I remember him vividly. He was wearing a fedora. Who wears a fedora?
What's a fedora?
Like the fucking Ryan from High School Musical type of hat.
Ah.
Who wears a fedora? Anyway, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. And I remember Andrea, she liked him. She didn't like the Russian guy. She liked the other guy. And the other guy era como morenito. Like, I think he was something like Colombian, something like that. So, because Andrea, yeah, like, I think he was Latino. And I remember, yeah. Anyway, so then from there, like, I just remember we started to like walk, and obviously, like, I wasn't talking to anybody because these two girls were single. I was with my man, like, on FaceTime. Like, Pedas was already fucking worried about me. Like, he was like, what's going on? Where are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm drunk in France. I was like, yeah. So then from there, like, I just remember, like, we started walking down because the party dead ass like died down. Like, everyone was already gone.
Okay.
Like, there was like a main street that had like a bunch of people, and that's where we were at.
Okay.
And then everybody was already gone. Like, everyone was already going home. So we were just like, the guys were like, oh, we know like a cool spot, blah, blah, blah. If you guys want to come. Don't do that. If you're 3 girls by yourselves, 20s, don't do it, please. Te van a secuestrar. So, for me,
Get your, like, Juarez mentality.
yeah. No, for me, it was. It turned on. Like, el foco, I was like, I don't know about this, guys. Like, I was just like, pero las niñas, good. So, I voy de pendeja con mis amigas. So, we were just, like, going. And then I remember, in the middle of, like, dude, it was, like, dark-ass streets. Like, it looked ghetto. Like, I had already probably, like, sobered up a little bit because I was, like,
afraid.
Fucking scared. Yeah, like, I was just, like, my sister had gone to Europe in the past, and she told me, she was like, be careful because people offer you drugs in the streets. It's true. Like, we were just, like, walking, and they were like, cocaine. And we were like, is this fucking Mexico?
So that felt like La Rosa de Guadalupe.
Dead ass. So then I was just kind of like, okay, like, they were offering us drugs, like, in the street, and I was just, like, fucking scared. So then we actually did end up at a fucking bar. We did. There
was still an open bar.
There was one open bar, like, in the middle of God knows fucking where, because Lord knows I don't know where I am. It was already, like, 3:30. Pedro was, like, he was on the phone. Like, he was in Portugal. He was back home for the holiday, like, for the summer. So we were in the same time zone, but he was like, babe, like, no, that's enough.
Yeah.
Go back to the hotel. This is a bad idea. And I was like, I know, but I'm telling these bitches, and these bitches don't listen. So what am I going to do? Walk back alone? No, me va peor sola. So we ended up at this bar, and it was, like, I just remember, like, I was really pissed off, and I remember the guy telling, like, the girls, like, oh, yeah, like, tell your friends to, like, and I was like, yo con mi pinche cara de perro. Like, I was like, Juarez mentality. Like, I was like, a mí no me roban. A mí no me hacen pendeja. Like, you know? And then from there, like, I just remember, we ended up at this bar. They were actually pretty cool. Like, they weren't bad. And I was just like, okay, like, I guess I can loosen up a little bit. We started to drink more.
Shit.
I lost the floor. Like, I fell. I ate shit somewhere. I ate shit in the middle of a bar. And I just remember, like, I was just like, I don't remember much of that place. Like, it was, like, all blurry. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So then, I think it was already hitting, like, almost 5 a.m., like, 4:30. Like, keep in mind, all these hours are blurry, but I just remember it was really freaking late. And literally, the guys were like, oh, we'll just walk you guys back to the hotel, because we were like, the girls started to like, they were like, no, we're like tapping out, like we're ready to go. So I was like, perfect, thank God, because I'm already like, toda peda.
Were all of you drunk?
I think Andrea was pretty sober, but she wasn't like as messed up.
Yeah.
I got really messed up out of nowhere. Like it was just like boom,
a drink.
Yeah, like
actually, like let me tell you guys, I don't know what European drinks and beers have that they hit you hard.
Yeah, and I think because I was already kind of like tipsy, and then I sobered up, and then boom, like it hit me like a truck, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And from there, I just remember we were walking on our way back to the hotel, and Pedro calls me again, and he's obviously fucking mad at me. I grab my phone, I do this, and my hands are like butter. My phone always hot, and my phone fell. Tell me why the Russian guy picks up my phone and runs.
No!
He ran away with my phone.
No!
He ran away with my phone.
I was expecting everything but...
No, he ran away with my phone. And I just remember this, like oh.
Wait. Pedro was in the call.
I had picked up the phone, I think, or something like that. I don't really remember that. I have to double check my facts. But I just remember that he called me. My phone fell. He picked it up, ran away. So we're in the main street, right? So over here, tell me why there's a set of stairs. He runs under the stairs, and the stairs are like this. And then I just literally remember running behind him, because I was like, what the fuck? It was like, a flight or fight mode. And I was in a fighting mode. And I was just like...
You were drunk?
And I was... No, dude. I sobered up like that. Like, I was just like... pinche diablo se le apareció, güey. And I was just like, what? And I ran away behind him. And I just remember Paulina was like, what's going on? I was like, this fucker stole my phone. She's like, what? And then she ran behind him. And like, dude, I get down to the stairs. I touch in the bottom. Bunch of streets. He was gone.
No.
Gone, dude. He was gone. Vanished. I started crying.
What happened to the other guy? What did the other guy
was Andrea. In the scooter. Y Yoali llorando. Like, I was crying, I was sobbing. I was asking random people. Like, there was people that had like little businesses open. I was asking them, have you seen this guy? He looks like this, like this, like this. Yo literal Juarez mode. Like, I was just like, I knew exactly how he looks like, and I can still see it in my fucking head. Yeah, like, dead ass. And I was just like, dude, I don't know how long he was gone for. To me, it felt like forever. He could have been gone for like 2 minutes, who knows? And out of nowhere, like,
he came back?
He came back. And he was like, what happened? What happened?
He came back out of nowhere?
He came back. Like, he like poofed back in. And he was just like, he was like, it was a joke. Dude, I took my phone and I took my girls and I was like, we're leaving. And they were like, no, like, it's okay. I'm so sorry. And I turned around and I was like, good night. And that's it. I left. Me fui con mi cara de emperrada that day.
But with your phone, at least.
With my phone. That day, I remember I was with Pedro crying. I was sobbing. I called my mom. I called my dad. I called everybody in my goddamn roster. And I was like, I'm so tired of fucking Europe. And then the next day, I was okay.
You were still. And
then I was like, okay, I'm fine. I just had a breakdown. Yeah.
I didn't know about this story.
Yeah. It was a very traumatizing thing that happened to me. And to this day, it's like...
I felt like my blood going down, like cold, stone cold.
He took my phone?
Just listen at this story.
Deadass. I wish you could see what I saw. It was like... it was absolute, like, to a magnitude that I couldn't even, like... Sentí que me asaltaron. Like,
oh shit, it was a asalto.
Yeah, and afterwards, I mean, I've drank, like, years after, but not the same. I don't get as stupid because, watch out, a Russian man can take your goddamn phone. So, yeah, that put me into fucking retirement.
Wait.
So, I just wanted to know, what is, like, a memory that you have that is, like, vividly in your memory and will forever stay there. And you're going to tell generations and generations and generations of your children that you were like, this is a moment.
I have the perfect story. And even though I'm really bad at remembering stories, this one is like so vivid. And my best friend is like, she was there. And then I had another friend there. So they always like, me ayudan to remember that story. Let me tell you, I wasn't that drunk. So that's why I remember so good. So it involves like a party, peda, whatever. But I wasn't like super hammered. So this was, I don't remember what year, Malolam. Malolam is one of like the hot spots in El Paso that I don't go anymore, but I used to like every fucking weekend.
Todos los mexicanos van.
Oh yeah, not you?
No, not me.
Okay, the Mexicans.
I was in Cincy with all the with all the ghetto people.
Okay.
Anyway,
so it was like a guy that I was dating at the moment, that I was going out with. I don't know if dating is the correct word. Anyways, my friend Nani, saludos a Nani. I hope you're watching this.
Hi, Nani.
And my best friend Sofia.
Okay.
So we were hanging out with some people, and then my friend tells me, "Hey guys, just like there's this guy that he kind of likes me, but don't let me go near him. I don't want him to like be near me. I don't want to talk to him."
Órale.
Starting with that. And we're like, "Don't worry, girl. We got your back. Cause we're gonna cover you." It's like more like girls. So we were like at Malalam, and she was drinking Adios, motherfuckers.
That's a death penalty.
Yeah, if you don't know what that is, I don't either.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
It's like a whole mix of everything, and it's blue. It's so cute.
It's really
good. It's
good.
one of the most fucking dangerous drinks ever.
Adios.
Because
adios are so good.
The word says adios, motherfucker. It is like a goodbye, motherfucker. So basically, it's like putting a mix of all the alcohols that you have in your bar and turning it blue. Anyways, she drank like 5. Like 5 or 6. Deadass.
I way.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, I think you should
we need to take care of you.
Because we were drinking. My best friend was gonna stay with me. She was gonna go. My other friend, she was gonna go back to Juarez. So she was drinking, and then I don't know at what moment we turned around. Tell me why she was like this. With that guy! With that guy that she told us that not to do it. And we were like, ¿qué? Girl, she was like twerking. And he was like, we were like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it was such a
shameless
fever dream. I don't know what was happening. So we're like, okay, girl, hay que moverte, sí. And she wouldn't move. We were like, do you like him? Do you want to kiss him? If you want to, go for it. But you told us to protect you from him. Not to protect him. Like, not to protect her. Mostly que no quería con él. And that's it.
Sí. No quería que le...
And that's it. She didn't want to. So, we're like, girl, the fuck?
O sea, nos dices que no,
and then you were es que I remember the twerking so bad that I was like...
shocked.
I was shocked. And then we were like, okay, girl, like, no, we better go. Like, hours went by. And I called this guy that I was going out with. Oye, my friend is not feeling so good. Can you come and help us? Blah, blah. This friend that I have, she is so fucking muscly. O sea, she's strong. She goes to the gym. She has the most beautiful body ever.
Mamalona.
Pero she's flaquita. God damn, she heavy. She is so heavy porque es puro músculo.
Wow.
Es puro músculo.
Wow.
So we were like carrying her away, my friend and I, and we were like, God damn, like we can barely with her. Yes. So this guy came and hold her, and then we went out the bar. Tell me why. She turned around to the, ¿cómo se llaman los que están en la entrada?
The bouncer?
Tell me why she turned around. and look at the bouncer. This dude, 7 feet tall, like this. And she started like,
No, what?
I'm in fucking love with you. We're like, I didn't know him.
Oh my
We
God.
just say hi to him when we come here, but that's it.
It's some Lindsay Lohan shit. That's so
And
funny.
we're like, okay, let's go, don't worry. And then I didn't. My friends carried it to the car. And then she was like all passed out, and we were like, okay, you're gonna stay at my house. Like, you cannot drive to Juarez like this.
Oh, yeah, no.
So we're like, okay, you're gonna stay at my place. My place is like 6-7 minutes from
Yeah.
Lalam. So she was in the back with me, and my best friend was driving. And then the guy that I was going out with, he was like driving in front of us, just like to be sure that we got home safe.
Oh, that's nice. No.
Okay.
What?
Good friend. He was a good friend,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
nice. Yeah,
I'm
like, he made sure that I went home.
Anyways,
Some men don't.
so I was
Some men don't give a fuck.
true that. I hope the microphone catch that up.
I'm hollering. Okay, anyway.
Anyways, so we were at there was a police on the other side. So we were like going out. There was a police here going in, and we stopped at the light. My friend opens the door and asks, "Where is the guy's name? Where is he at? Where is he at?" I was like, "No, Nanny!" And I pulled her and I closed the door because like the police were like next to us. And I was like, "Girl." And then she was like, "Well, where is he?" And I was like, "He's in front of us. He's like taking care of us. He's making sure that."
I thought it was your friend. I thought it wasn't that guy, the guy that she was twerking on.
Huh? No,
So the guy that-
she was looking for the guy that I was, cause she thought she was like, "Oh, he's really nice. He's taking care of me," and she was like, "Where's this dude?" Like, not yeah. And then I was like, "No, he's behind us. He's taking care of us, or in front of us. I don't remember." And she was like, "Oh," and my friend was like, "Nani, stop opening the door. The police is next to us." But she was like, "Oh, passed out." So we got home. We opened the door. She slammed her face into the driveway. Cause like we opened the door and she was like,
boom.
And then we were like,
okay.
Nani, are you okay? Like she was like, yeah. And we carried her to the room. La noche pasó. I was like waking up to see if she was okay. And then she wakes up. I was sleeping in my bed, I think. And she was in the floor. She wakes up and she's like, "Where am I? Where am I?" Imagine you not knowing where you went to stay.
That's so scary.
You were like in calzones and a shirt. Like you didn't have your clothes.
That's
She never been to my house.
Oh, so she was like
all
freaking the fuck out.
Freaking the fuck out. She was like, "Where the fuck am I?" And I was like, "Nani, go to sleep. Like, it's okay." And then, like, she just went back to sleep. But that was the story of Nani. Shout out to Nani. Because I have this story marked, like, I can get this story tattooed on my face.
That is so funny, Nani.
Yeah.
You did that, girl. You did that.
Pero, now I want to know about yours.
I mean, I feel like I started off really strong and now I'm like...
See, we're calming down because these are not, like, our
like,
best
super
stories.
wow. Sí, o sea. But this was pretty cool. Okay, this is one of those stories that que podría ser verdad o podría ser mentira. Allegedly, this happened a couple of years ago. I want to tell you guys a story of the first time I went out with my fake ID. I remember that we were like, I don't remember what year it was anyway. Forget the years. It was literally, we were in a scavenger hunt of getting a fake ID.
Okay.
Because we were like, oh, like, we got scammed one time. They literally took all of our money and just dipped out. So we were like, fuck, like what happened? This happened over Snapchat. Like this was like super sketchy. Okay. Yeah, we got him through Snapchat, which is crazy. Anyway, so pretty much we had a Snapchat, Cash App, and a dream, right? So so from there we were like, okay, like what are we gonna do? Like it always, for me, I think the craziest stories always happens in threes. Like it was me, and then I'm not gonna say who the two other people because I'm not gonna get you guys caught in the middle of my allegedness. But it was three of us, and we were just like, ooh,
that's
we're
true.
gonna
The
go
best
out.
stories are always in threes.
Yeah, in threes. That's so funny. So I remember it was Lost and Found had like barely opened, like around that time. It was so fun. We were like going out. I remember like we were like shaking, like giving these people like, we were like, fuck, okay, like, so then we ended up at one bar and we were like, woo, okay, cool, like they let us in, like we were like sweating and we were like keeping ourselves together, right? So we had drinks, we were like going out, blah blah blah, and then we were like, okay, like, you know, we started off light, like in the bars in the corner. So those were like the easiest ones to get in, right? They were giving us tips like, oh, like if you guys like want to get into an easy bar, like those are the bars. And we were like, okay, cool. So then we were like leveling up, right? So then we went to like in Cincinnati, it's like a street and it's like a bunch of bars.
The ghetto.
Legit the ghetto. And it will remain the ghetto. I don't know why I'm always in ghetto places when stuff happens, but anyway, so we were like upscaling. We were like, okay, we're gonna try another bar, and then another bar, and then another bar, and they were letting us in. Okay. And we were like, yo, these fakes are crazy. Like we were like, these are crazy. These look so freaking real. Like we are ready. We were on a roll, right? Okay. And I remember we went in the corner bar, and we were about to get in. Keep in mind, we were in the ghetto. These guys, like, we were just, like, walking. Obviously, we're, like, dressed, like, to go to the bar. So you're, like, in, like, a little skirt and a little top. You're, like, looking all good. Because my friends, they were always like, you always want to have the guys buy you drinks. So we're like, okay, we're going to look a little slutty. We're gonna go out. We're going to look a little bit slutty. And we were literally, like, walking. And I just remember we were about to go in there. And out of nowhere, these guys were like, hey, mommy, let me get your phone number. I don't even remember what jargon he said. And I was just like, huh? Like, we were like, no, we're not going to do this. And, like, we all looked at each other and we were just like, nah, let's not do that. And they were, like, really freaking ratchet. Like, it was, like, bottom feeders types of men looking, like they were just like, and I just remember we were like, let's try Lost, and we were like, no, like, you know, like what if we don't get in? Like it was a really popular bar, like we were like, fuck, like we're not gonna get in, and we were like, no, let's try it. So then we're like walking down and I hear these guys. I'm like, these two other bitches, they're like no, and I hear them like being like following us. They were literally walking down the street with us and they were like blah, blah, blah. Like I could just hear them in the background and I'm like really freaking scared because it's our first time ever out in these anything. So then it's like an angel.
Why you go to the ghetto for your first time?
It was the easiest thing. Anyway, so then it's like you said, I don't know who in the world was taking care of us up above. But we were literally like, so the bars, they're like in a street and then you go up and then you have to cross the street to get to the other bar. So then we literally walk up, like we hadn't even touched the street on the other side. And I remember these bouncers, God bless them, they're not there anymore. They literally looked at us from across the street and they were like, you three. They were like, y'all coming in? It was a movie star moment. There was a line around the bar. Around the bar.
No.
They were like, they literally yelled it out. You three, you coming in? We're like,
you're back, we are.
Fuck yeah, we are. So then we literally like, we were like shaking, right? Like we were like, gave them.
And what did you say? You were like, yeah.
Yeah, we were like, okay, yeah. Like we were just just like walking. We went in, like, we were like, okay, let's act like baddies, right? Because this is our movie moment. So we're like walking, and then we just hear the people complain, like, like, I've been waiting here. And we were literally like, they just like go like this, and then they were like, yeah, go in. We had the best night of our lives.
No shit.
And these people, like, they were long gone. Like, we were just like, we didn't have to worry about those people.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was literally like an angel up above gave us a movie star moment plus saved us. Like, it was insane. That was my movie star moment.
That's why do you get in these positions? Like, why
I don't know.
Always in danger?
Weird men follow me around. It's really weird, but it's not like I get hit on every single time. So it's like it's really scary positions. But I mean, there's always somebody watching out for you.
Girly, but
take care of yourself.
Se nos hace fácil la vida de adolescente.
Sí.
Let me tell you that we think that it's so easy.
It's not. It's not. I mean, I think now, like, looking back, I'm like, girl,
why were we so dumb?
Why are you go home?
I love this episode. I think
it was so fun.
This is one of the funnest episodes that we ever had. But Yoali, I want to ask you, girly, what made you feel underqualified this week?
Okay, guys. So you know how I told you guys last episode that, sorry, I don't know if I cut it actually, but I had said that one of my main things that I wanted to do this year was I wanted to bake more and I wanted to do more yoga. So I've been baking a little bit and I've been feeling like a pro, and I'm like, I'm baking all the freaking banana bread in the goddamn world. I'm Betty Crocker in the kitchen making banana bread. But this time around, I wanted to try something new, a new challenge. We have this cornbread sitting like in the box. It's from, I don't remember the restaurant, but it's a specific brand. Okay. And Peda has been nagging me about making this bread. So then I'm making the bread and I'm reading the instructions. I am horrible at reading instructions. Whenever
you just skip some.
Yeah, I skip stuff, and at the same time, usually I'm a very visual learner, so I usually watch like tutorials, like videos. So I was reading the instructions, and I did everything correctly, right? Like I was just like doing this, doing that. I full on skipped a step, and I didn't let the bread rise, like que agarrara el volumen, you know. They came out stompy as fuck. And they were like it crumbled, like they were like dry. Oh my god, it was the Sahara Desert in the mouth. It was horrible, and I was really humbled. That made me feel underqualified. Baking. What made you feel underqualified this week, Michelle?
I'm so tired of trying being an influencer.
You know, and you do it well.
And you know what? What's stressing me out? I don't know how to make a broadcast channel. I've been trying to do it so bad.
A broadcast
channel? You know, like when influencers or celebrities, they invite you to a broadcast channel on Instagram. And I've been trying to do it for the nicest thing. I wanna like have a broadcast channel so I can share jobs. I don't know. I'm a social media girl. I'm a social media manager, and I'm not understanding social media. Anyways, that's what made me feel underqualified this week.
Well, I think that's beautiful that you don't know everything, because Lord knows I know nothing. I'm always like, this week I'm gonna start being an influencer.
Nothing happens.
No.
Pero anyways, we hope you like this video as much as we did. Please. Follow us. Comment, like, subscribe. Yes, please. And then we can do more videos like this.
Yes, and tell us your Peda story. I want to know yours. Yeah. It's so funny. I think it's something that we all relate to. We've all been smacked in the face by freaking alcohol, and you're like, boom. So
tell us your story.
Tell us.
And also tell us what do you like us to talk about. We love you.
Love you.
Bye. Wait, the finale should be us taking our wigs off.
Wait, snatch? Snatch the wig?
Okay, agárralo, pero no me voy a sacar el cabello. Okay. 3, 2, 1.